Loaded bases, that's my motivation. Nigga feeling lucky, we should go to Vegas. 2018, motor transportation. Got me feeling over anxious like a home invasion. I donated and I'm more creative. It's like the big deals, but it's no parading. Just a couple niggas every generation that wasn't supposed to make it out with the code the matrix. And when they get to speak, it's like a coded language. Reminds niggas that they strengthen all the stolen greatness. We used to shoot at niggas at the mobile station. Full circle, mogul motivation. My self-educated through negotiations. Like these sharks that I'm sitting at this table with afraid to bait me. No 10 on my Mercedes, that's for inspiration. 2 kilos on my neck like the fucking 80s. Boy, size slots and ab know my demonstration. Born and raised, y'all affiliated. It's really greatness. Riding around like I really made it. Loaded bases, I'm going Willie Mason. Yeah.
Listen to my ambition, cause I'm on one. Swinging for the fences for the home run. Even further beyond into the universe. But I've got to make it to first. It feels like every second's being stolen. I risk it for every ticket we sold them. You got the ball, I'ma take it home. Bottom line, I'm gonna make it home.
I was sitting on my link and I start thinking, nigga ain't gonna make 100 mil off in these streets. More than likely, I'm gonna end up in somebody precinct. Even worse, the horse and carriage front the church, laid off in the hearse, I dealt with it. I ain't just out here for my help. I weigh the risk and the reward and sink the scale tipping. Let's all get on one accord and take the world, niggas. Take the money, take the power, and the girls with us. Can't buy that bullshit that they sell, niggas. They bring drug heads and jail niggas. Look, all these ways they derail niggas. That's why respect me to the utmost when you see me, how I feel, nigga. Cause I ain't fail niggas. I seen it coming, did not tell niggas. Different lanes, same passion for the male niggas. Switch lanes, all black, 2 glass cellars. B12 too fast, nigga. Gone.
Listen to my ambition, cause I'm on one. Swinging for the fences for the home run. Even further beyond into the universe. But I've got to make it to first. It feels like every second's being stolen. I risk it for every ticket we sold them. You got the ball, I'ma take it home. Bottom line, I'm gonna make it home.
Peace, world. You are now tuned into Voices Radio, where valuable opportunities inspire collaborations to elevate society. I'm Nexus, your goddess of information, and it is another Marz, so you know it's loaded with magic, all right? And the sounds that you just heard were from our brother, now ancestor, the great, a god himself, Nipsey Hussle, and that was Loaded Bases featuring CeeLo Green, C-Mo Goody, Goody Mob, Gnarls Barkley, Dungeon Fam, Nipsey Hussle, Marathon, Vector 90, all of the above going up. Loads of greatness for you all this evening. And I know a lot of you are like, Nexus, what you got going on? You be throwing us off with these topics. Like you talking about team talk versus team talk. Hey, and just so y'all know, I am just now really being able to talk since last Thursday, all right? So I'm still, healing myself and getting my voice back to 100%. Nevertheless, it was back to a healthy enough state for me to be able to come and give you another dose of Marz magic, all right? So before I get this show rolling, I like to start it off with a couple of announcements, all right, just to let the people know what's going on in and around Southwest Georgia and abroad, all right? So much love, blessings, to my Lighthouse family who just returned from their trip to Egypt. That's right. Lighthouse, are taking trips. The Lighthouse is taking trips. And these trips are amazing. All right. So the fam just came back from Egypt. That's right. They went to Cairo. I saw them at the Sphinx, at the Giza, you know what I'm saying? The Great Giza Pyramid, the Red Sea. They all up and through there, like, had an amazing time. All right. So I'm glad they all returned home safely. Okay. Also, this past weekend, due to some complications unforeseen. Nevertheless, Street Dreams Awards. I heard the Street Dreams Awards were amazing. All right, and I see Deanna Freeman on with I Am Music, right? Make sure you drop it in the feed, Deanna. But yes, so I'm here. All right. Also, this month, Lane Voices. All right. So if you've ever tuned in before, then you know Lane Voices is a spoken word, open mic, performing arts type situation for artists, whether you're singers, rappers, poets, beatboxers. If you do any verbal art expression, all right, then this is a place for you to come, sign up, take the open mic, be a guest performer, any of those great things. All right. So it is like the number one fastest growing scene in Southwest Georgia. All right. So instead of it being fourth Saturday, it is going to be 420, 420, 420. Lane Voices this month is on 420. That's right. So it's going to be the third Saturday, still at Havana Lounge, same time. All right. So y'all make sure y'all come through and support that. All right. Also, oh, okay, cool. See, there we go. And I mean, it's just so much going on in the world. Love, respect, honor to Nipsey, to Mon Blair, you know, even to the brother. And matter of fact, let me not butcher his name because I wrote it down on purpose. All right, so let me get my together. All right. Tamon Blair, who is the brother that was hung in Fort Wayne, Indiana. All right, the truck driver who was hung in the bed of his 18-wheeler on March 14th. He was found there. That's Tamon Blair. All right, and then we have Omarion Banks. All right, the 19-year-old who was killed here in Georgia in the Atlanta area outside of an apartment complex after he knocked on the wrong door. Okay. So these are the different things that are going on around us that we need to make sure that we are paying attention to. All right. Because we are in a state of emergency as a people. All right. So I advise all of us to pay attention to these situations, do our research, and prepare ourselves for what is to come and what is at hand. All right. Nevertheless, continuing right along. All right, so I'm not gonna be here long because the young God KO is at baseball practice, so I'm gonna have to get to him soon. All right, nevertheless, you all are just as important, and you know it's all about consistency, dedication, commitment to your purpose, to, you know what I'm saying, what it is that you set forth and set out to do. All right. So just like I want him to be dedicated and committed to whatever he signs up for, it's just as important that I do the same thing. And being that voices, you know, is kind of major, I think I should be here when I can be here, unless I just can't. All right. Team talk versus team talk. Are we enhancing or extracting? What are you talking about, Nexus? Okay, so I actually switched up the topic as the day went on. All right, because the original topic was gonna be teen moms versus teen moms. Are we extracting or enhancing? All right. And so when talking about teen talk, nevertheless, it's still in line. However, the reason I decided to change the focus more to just teen talk is because I want to kind of get us out of, or at least for me, to get out of so much focusing one and making one gender or one sex seem like they're more of a problem than the other when we both come with the same type of issues. They're just exerted differently. All right. So that's why I changed it to teen talk versus team talk. Are we enhancing or extracting? All right. So, team, what are you talking about, Nexus? So you exactly that type of talk that we did as teenagers. All right. So as teenagers, some of us may have been a little more reckless than others when it came to their freedom of expression and being comfortable in expressing their feelings and concerns and thoughts about things. All right. Whereas some of us might have been a little more reserved and we just saw things and we didn't say too much about it. We just took a lot of mental notes. All right. Nevertheless, when it comes to the teen talk that I'm specifically referring to, it's like that mean girl, cool kid, jock type separation, that almost like bully type mentality, that gossip type talk. So the whole point is that I've really been seeing a lot of teen talk going on. And shout out to Plump Queen. I just saw her check in. Matter of fact, that's an announcement that I missed, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it real quick. Thursday, Divine Feminine Discussions is going up here on Voices Radio. Thursday, all right, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so y'all make sure y'all tune in for that special with Divine Feminine Discussion, because we have a great topic lined up for you. We're most definitely engaging in some enhancing type stuff going on over there. And I'm gonna do a whole breakdown of like Mortal Man by Kendrick Lamar in reference to what we're talking about. So just throwing that out there might pique your interest a little bit. All right. So teen talk is when we kind of get in these huddles. Or teen talk is when we get in our little huddles, our little cliques, our little circles, squares, or we find ourselves engaging in these conversations with what we would quote unquote call these low vibrational beings, or that we associate with, or know or acquainted with, and we allow them to pull us into those conversations that aren't beneficial. Like, they don't build us, and not that they actually, and they extract from us. All right. Because, and when I say they extract, anything we can say they distract, but it's taking away from what you could be doing. All right. With that conversation or with that time. All right. So I know personally, I have a friend or an associate or two, and they'll call me, and honestly, I'm not a real big person who likes to talk on the phone, and it's weird because it's like, Nexus, you talk to us every Tuesday, you talk to us on Thursday, you talk to us like you tune in randomly and talk, like you go to different events and you talk, you're like a public speaker, you're an MC, you're a host. I like to use my voice for team talk. Those talks that enhance the team and are actually building the collective as well as the individuals. All right. Whereas team talk tends to do the opposite. It's more about the tear down and running off of speculations and assumptions, as opposed to really doing the research and getting to know the people or know what it is that's going on. All right. So, for example, team talk. You call me, or we're at a place, we're gathered together, and the conversation may start off, your typical, well, hey, how you doing? How your day going? Da, 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 da. Well, girl, let me tell you about such and such and such and such. And I just can't stand X, Y, and Z. And then you fall right into it. Yeah, me neither. All right. So what, like, team talk would be like, well, sis, diverting that conversation instead of falling into it. Those team talks are those talks that build, all right, the individuals, like where both people are growing and there are like fair exchanges taking place and they aren't one-sided. You know what I'm saying? So whenever we talk, whenever we engage in conversation, it shouldn't be that high school teenager trying to find ourselves, figure out where we fit in type of deal at this point. All right. And I know a lot of it comes from what we ingest. All right, whether it's music, whether it's TV, and I've talked a little bit about the reality TV shows, but they do teen talk on these reality TV shows. They aren't doing team talks, all right? And even when they attempt to do team talks, they're still teen talk based. All right, so we can take a Black Ink Crew, for example, right? So Black Ink Crew, New York has had a lot of different situations, a lot of conflicts, a lot of disagreements, and they do a lot of teen talk, like pit for pit, pat for pat, like tick for tat, a whole lot of back and forth, behind people's back, doing different things, saying different things. But then at some point, they'll all come together and they'll go on like this team building retreat where they're all supposed to go and express their dislikes and their concerns and actually try and gain some understanding and build and grow and go back and work harmoniously. Nevertheless, the team talk doesn't even get to team talk because it's so drowned out by the team. All right. So pretty much what I'm saying is grow the freak up. Like, stop assuming things. Like, okay, say for instance, you have a friend that you're really close with, whether it's a male or a female, right? So, in a lot of us, and the reason I was gonna title it Teen Moms is because we talk about teenage pregnancies and unplanned pregnancies and how teen moms, aren't fully developed and, at a mental level of maturity that they should be to care for a child. Like, that's the whole premise around why teens shouldn't have kids, is because they haven't fully reached a level of mental development where they're able to make rational decisions, right? All right. So what happens is those same teens grow into adults, but they still don't develop that level of rationale to be able to make those decisions once the brain is fully developed for whatever reason. All right. So I'm not really going to get too much into that. So I'll talk about Khalil playing sports, right? Somebody might hear this and feel a certain type of way. I mean, I'm here to speak truth. All right, the best way I know how, and all I know to do is give real life examples. All right. So when you play sports, you usually get a team mom, right? All right. So the team mom isn't necessarily always the coach's wife or coach's girlfriend or whatever the case may be, right? So the team mom can be the mom of any child that is playing on the team. Like, it might not even actually be the biological mother, meaning that this person physically manifested this child. All right. It could be a legal guardian, a grandparent, whatever the case may be, a volunteer, a aunt, a uncle. It doesn't even have to be a mom, which is so funny. It can just be a teen parent or a teen parents. All right. Nevertheless, where the teen part comes in is because instead of some of us actually being or wanting to be the teen mom, we're at these places being the teen mom, acting irrational, acting out worse than the children, just showing out. If somebody comes along and takes responsibility and steps up to the plate and answers a call, a need, like just because they see something needs to be done and they take the initiative to do it, and people say, oh, well, our team mom is such and such and such and such. That just means that they're helping to assist with the organization, the structure, make sure things are flowing smoothly and properly for the kids, for the coaches, for the teams, for the parents. All right. That team mom, you ain't gonna, because I was gonna be the team mom. And what make you think you can be the team mom when it's like 15 moms? Well, Ma'am, I got to practice on time. I've been to all of the practices. We've had about 10 now, and this is our first time ever seeing you, and here you come with the rah-rah. Well, you know what? I won't be doing nothing. I won't be bringing no snacks. Whatever. We gonna make sure these children straight, because we teen moms over here, and you teen mom, you can stay over there. All right? Keep your teen talk that way. So I know probably sound like I'm just rambling. Nevertheless, there is a point, I promise. Um even when it comes to like the different things that we hear in the news, in the media, and how we take them and how we run with those. All right. So for instance, I talked about Tamon Blair, the brother who was found hung in his 18-wheeler in the cab of his truck. And a lot of us are just like, well, no, that's not the example I want to give. Okay, let's go back. We'll do the 19-year-old who got shot outside the apartment, right? That same weekend, it was another apartment shooting that happened, right? And so blindly, we would easily confuse the two shootings, you know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, if you do your research, you'll see that this young man went to the wrong apartment. He wasn't with the rah-rah. He just got in an Uber that his girlfriend lived, whatever the case may be. They just moved into the apartments not too long ago, about 6 to 8 months ago. All right, so it's easy to mistake your apartment building for the apartment building right next to it that are built to the same. They just have different numbers, right? And if it's at night and you don't see the numbers and you're being dropped off by an Uber, so you just go to the door that you know should be your door. And when somebody comes to the door, you're like, oh, brother, my bad. I apologize. Wrong apartment. Somebody gonna say, oh, well, he should have been paying closer attention. Well, what was he doing that anyway? And how you mistake your apartment? I've done it when I lived in an apartment. Like, it can happen, or even if you're going to visit someone and you're in a hurry trying to get to their apartment and you're just like, oh, shoot, this is the wrong apartment. My bad, sorry. You call the wrong people all the time. Nobody is shooting you through the phone because you dialed the wrong number. So we out here just running scared, and we're just going to accept the excuse that this brother is talking about. Oh, well, earlier in the week, my car was stolen. What they got to do with somebody knocking on your apartment, bro, and pleading and begging for their life and walking away, and you go back in your house, get your gun, come out your balcony and fire at this man? And we just gonna say, oh, okay, yep. Well, we shouldn't have been there. What? Maybe not. But even when we look at Nipsey, right? People want to say, oh, well, he was a gangbanger. That's what he get for having low vibrational people around him. That sounds like a little bit of teen talk to me, Teen talk would be brothers and sisters, boys and girls. Hey, we have a situation on our hand. I feel like it's time that we go back to the drawing board and that we reevaluate the way we move in these streets. All right. It's okay to build our communities, and it's okay to provide the people with certain information. Nevertheless, we might want to reevaluate our tactics on doing so. Sure, Nipsey was associated with gangs. Nevertheless, his association and affiliation with gangs was very plain, and it was very clear because he expressed it on several platforms in several different media outlets. You know what I'm saying? Because we all have a story, we all have a past. We all don't come from the same luxury of coming from the suburbs, you know what I'm saying, and having silver spoons and going to the best private academies. For some of us, gangs are the only families, you know what I'm saying, the only friends we know. These gangs have given us hot meals and clean clothes when nobody else would. These gangs have made sure I had a way to get from point A to point Z when nobody else cared about me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Nipsey, what did he do? He's like the epitome of positive cripping. Shout out to Project YMGM. All right. What do you mean, Nexus? Yes, positive cripping was clearly a thing because so many of us around the world have known cripping and gang banging or gang association affiliation to be a negative. Yet here we have this brother who's a part of the, what is it, the Rolling 90s or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And he's building his community. He's teaching and showing the young people coming behind him entrepreneurship, how to build, develop, create, maintain, and sustain for themselves. He is employing a community of people who otherwise would not have been employed if it had been left up to the states of California. All right? So what about these team conversations? The fact that this brother took this 90 and turned it into a vector operation where now he has a program to teach young people STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, not to forget agriculture. How dare you, Nipsey? How dare you know? How dare you throw all of that in the trash to leave this brother with, oh, well, he was a gangbanger. That's what happens when you associate with low vibrational beings. Have you always been a high vibrating being? Has anyone ever said, oh no, nigga, I'm not dealing with you, use low vibrational? How did you elevate if you were never low? If you didn't have anything to elevate from, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's up with the team talk? Where the conversations at that's gonna really elevate and advance the person and elevate and advance the collective? All of that down talking, all of that wasteful talking, talking about this person, that person, what they got going on. Hey, I really don't care. Like, y'all keep y'all drumming to yourselves. Like, I tune out real quick when you just go to chatting and rambling on about nothing because my time is precious and I don't have it to waste. And I'm not allowing people to continue to extract, distract my energy, my time, my focus from things of important significance that can better the people, that could better myself, better my family. For what? You sit here talking about Pookie and Shanae them and about how this person said they was gay because they cool and they be kicking it all the time. And now they heard that such and such. I don't want to hear it. Bro, what's up? What's good? What you know? What you know new? If it's just some same old drama type ish, bro, keep it somewhere else. Like, time out for the pointless discussions and conversations. Time out for these fake team talks too. Like, where people come together and they be a part of these groups and people come through and they just like, oh yes, I finally found my team. Yes, these are going to be the people that I can most definitely grow and elevate and I'm going to change the world with. Yes, I finally met my Avenger team. Only to find out that in the midst of your Avengers, bruh, They just extract into, and they saw you coming with your little vulnerable, happy, jolly, go lucky self. Yeah, we got us a worker now. Like we just gonna get them all the responsibility, all the duties, and we gonna sit back and see what they do with it. And then the whole time they on the sideline, I'm here. I'ma support you though. Call me if you need me. I'll be there. I don't know, y'all. Like stuff be weird sometimes. Like I be weird sometimes. Can't even lie. But I know one thing is it's a lot going on out here in this world. It's a lot going on out here in these streets. And we should most definitely prepare ourselves. We should prepare our young. Stop talking about, oh, gun violence is the issue. Well, guess what? If gun violence is the issue, maybe gun education is the solution. Or maybe, yeah, gun education. Because what is gun violence really, you know? Why aren't we talking about, oh, well, we need to take the guns, take the guns. Bruh, you sound like a teen over here ranting and raving about some craziness. Let's revisit this and have a little teen talk. Number one, protect yourself. Put on the whole armor of God. A helmet, a bulletproof vest, a AR, whatever you got, yo. Like, let's talk about that. But don't just put it on. Like, know how to use it. I know what your bulletproof vest is capable of withstanding and not withstanding. Knowing that bulletproof vest is not going to protect you from all bullets. All right. It might protect you from the most common ones, but there are some specialty weapons out there that it's not going to possibly protect you from unless you really have on some special heavyweight armor. All right? Next is you talking about picking up ARs. We not finna get a babies no guns. Why not? Shout out to Derek Grace, the tattoo mentor and the Grace tribe. Teach these babies how to defend themselves. Teach them young and educate them on the proper use and the proper handling of these guns. And maybe they won't be so quick to just kill someone, especially if they look like them. But more importantly, let's teach them the value and the understanding of loving themselves and self-control so that you know what situations and what situations not to draw and pull the trigger. All right? But talking about taking the guns, y'all sound bogus. You gonna allow them to take all of our guns and they still have guns? So then what happens? I told y'all this is a war, so that sounds like an uneven match. They already tell you when you're a little kid coming up, don't bring a knife to a gunfight. But we ain't bringing nothing because you talking about leave all the weapons. We don't bear arms. Man, I got 2 arms and I got 2 hands and I need something in both arms. I got a waist that can hold a belt. I carry backpacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, be mindful of what we share and how we share certain information over the web. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's start having more meet and greets. Let's start having more, I don't know how to say it. Yeah, face-to-face discussions, conversations, round tables, more of those team builds in person. Like all of this virtual stuff is all fine and dandy, but stuff can get crossed up and mixed up in these lines. And that's why it's like Nexus be starting off shaky, rocky all over the place. No, I know what I be saying, but I have to, number one, get the people time to get in here. And number two, I have to allow the spirits to do what they do. And when they feel like it's time to share certain information, like it'll be shared. And I'll say what I need to say when I need to say it. Nevertheless, the whole point of this discussion and conversation is it's time out for the teenage foolishness. All right. It's time for us to stop acting like little kids out here and still going through puberty, still having hormonal imbalances and changes and whatnot, and be about this business. Like, playtime over, y'all. Like, I like to take a nap too. But no, it's time for us to be on watch, on alert 24/7. All right? Talking about taking the guns, talking about staying in the house. You crazy. Who's gonna just bubble themselves up and isolate themselves from everything and everyone? Nobody. But you can prepare yourself and your family for when you step out here into this crazy world. You know, you can most definitely do that. How do you do that, Nexus? Y'all just want me to give it all to you and then give me no credit for giving it to you. I don't even want your credit because you see what's going on with Nipsey right now. Like, you see what happened with Dr. Sebi. You see what happened with Malcolm X. You see what happened to Sandra Bland. You see what happened to Angela Davis. You see what happened to Asada Shakur. Do you not see what happens to people like me when we do certain things? Well, next is you ain't big, you ain't nobody, you ain't popping. I might not be. But what I carry, what I embody, is most definitely precious. And the fact that I am a divine being, I am a sacred being, and I strive every day to move in as little fear as possible. And I talk about stuff that is valuable and that's going to really help the people. Like the same things Nipsey was just talking about. Like, y'all listen to me. I push Dr. Sebi all the time. I'm all about plant-based diets. I'm all about mucus-reduced diets. I live this. I don't just talk about it. I actually live it, though. You know? No, I ain't had a dollars Nipsey had to put it on the big screen. No, I don't have a marathon clothing line. No, I don't have Victor 90. But I have this, and Nipsey was only a couple of months older than me. So what does that say? So anybody within my age range right now and who is verbal and who is about a certain type of life and carries and possesses certain knowledge and information, you're a target automatically. Just being black makes you a target. Being a black woman, being a black man makes you a target. So why not remove the target from your back and throw it on something else? You know, or if the target is going to be on your back regardless, why not live life as free and as happy and healthy as possible? Why not continue to love and, you know what I'm saying, spread what you've been given regardless, as much as you possibly can before too late? That's why I'm excited about this divine feminine discussion tomorrow, so that I can really get into the Nipsey thing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tired of us looking at situations and just saying, oh, well, they shouldn't have this. And we go right back to the same old stuff, though. Like, everybody, oh, Nipsey's dead, but Love and Hip Hop on tonight. Oh, man, that's bad what happened to Nipsey. He shouldn't have signed his life over to them folks a long time ago and then try to decide that he wanted to do the right thing and, you know what I'm saying, make things right. Y'all out here sounding like some real kids, some real teens, some real, yeah. It's time for teen talk. If you are not enhancing or instilling, you know what I'm saying, something in the when you're talking and when you having dialogue, you're wasting your time. You're it's energy vampires out here. They suck your energy just by holding up your time in your space and keeping you from doing anything else. Just listening to them and being focused there, you are being drained. You are being distracted. The progress of our people is being stagnated. Let's see. I got a couple comments on over here. Um Oh, okay. So say what's up? Don't stop just speaking. Big blessings. Hey, while we talking about Tut, I see God, Tut, The Untold Truth, Black America Syndicate. Y'all go and check out his website, theuntoldtruth.net. Okay. I got a special tool coming for Tut. I don't know if he's still here, but I most definitely have something special coming for Tut because this brother and what he's doing, the untold truth. Like, and that's why I say, like, okay, Nipsey's gone. Let's not sit here talk about, oh, well, I guess the documentary just won't make it through. Okay, so who we need to talk to, who we need to band with to make sure that this work still happens, that this work is completed. Okay, so Nick Cannon did what? Oh no, this ain't gonna die here. It's a marathon, and I'm picking up the baton, and I'm gonna keep on running this last leg. You dig? So these are the conversations that we need to be having. Not where's the next Dr. King, and where's the next Malcolm, and where's the next Nipsey, and who's gonna be the Dr. Sabi next. We here. Who's gonna pick up the baton and run? Or who's actually gonna see us running with the baton and cheer us on to the finish line? When shit hit the fan, is you still a fan? Tut, I got, hey man, y'all gonna check out his website. Y'all gonna check out the project. Y'all gonna check out his blog, video blog. All right. Hey man, Tut's just amazing. And that's why I say the work is not gonna stop because you have people like us, all right, who are gonna continue to tell the truth, whether they want us to tell it or not. Because at the end of the day, ain't no wealth greater than your health. And if they keep us sick and in a low vibrational state and thinking that, oh, all of this is always black on black crime and it's always one of us taking us out. Well, who's behind it? Who's behind it? You know? But we do most definitely have to stop selling out. Hey man, because at the end of the day, it's not about money, because this money gonna go away. And when all this money gone, what? Like your money ain't gonna be no good over here. You ain't gonna be able to go come over here in our nation talking about no buyouts. Cause your money is worthless here. We don't need it. We don't want it. We good. You can take your money somewhere else. And matter of fact, we got somebody waiting on you as you trying to exit the compound, bro. And they gonna take you out because you coming over here offering money for these baneful, you know what I'm saying, type acts and requests. We can't let you get no further. You gotta go. Cause your mind ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, people. Okay, but before we go, what's the jewel drop for the day, Nexus? All right, so the jewel drop of the day, you already know what it is. It is the throat chakra. That's what I'm telling y'all. Like, I talk about the Kundalini energy. I'll talk about our Wajah. I'll talk about our chakra system. All right, self-healing, energy healing, mind, body, and spirit, cleansing, purification, detox, energizing, elevation, entertainment, you know what I'm saying? Self-love, self-care, knowledge of self, becoming civilized, no longer walking around deaf, dumb, and blind, you know what I'm saying? Speaking your truth with ease, expression of choices with ease. Nipsey talked about it in his music. Tupac talked about it in his music. Other people have talked about it Dr. Sebi talked about it in his interviews. You know what I'm saying? Malcolm X talked about it in his interviews. Like, some people know what their purpose is, some people know what their mission is, and they understand that, we really don't. I mean, they understand like how this cycle of what we call life really operates. So they move without fear, knowing that it's a possibility of physical transformation. You know what I'm saying? So the throat energy is guarded when we talk about Kemetic science and African spirituality by the principle of Tahuti, all right, which deals with resonance. All right, so when we talk about learning, writing, our speech, the way we communicate, measurement, all right, keeping up with time, being a scribe, to the gods, or of the gods. So we can look at Nipsey or any of these other things. Like, if we aren't speaking from elevated spaces and if we aren't putting out information, you know what I'm saying, from our highest selves, then we should really consider what we're talking about. If we're just talking from emotion, if we're talking about just to be talking, like, we should check the place that it's coming from. And so the element that is associated with the throat is ether. Put your nines up. All right. So yes. And then when we talk about crystals and minerals, your blue lace agate is a crystal energy element that we can most definitely work with. And then during the bridge pose, when we get into yoga and meditative poses, all right. So the thyroid, the respiratory system, and the vocal cords. Now you hear they're kind of starting to fade on my side. So when I leave here, I'm definitely going to get me some of that say word tea. All right. Because this most definitely been helping. So eating foods like blueberries, blackberries, seaweeds, or sea plants like your kelp and your sea moss, and then warm soups. All right. So when we talk about our herbs, things like your thyme and your sage are most definitely beneficial. And I most definitely have some sage in my say word tea. So if you're interested in getting some of my inner tea blends, that's a play on energy, all right, and they are chakra themed, then inbox me, all right. So the one for the throat energy is called Say Word. And then when we talk about flowers like your morning glory, snapdragon, and your violets, all right. So we most definitely want to always keep some plant life around us, regardless of what energies we're working with, because like we say, even though it says that the element is ether here, all of the elements are always incorporated into each energy when we talk about earth, water, fire, things of that nature. All right. And then why is this energy important? Because it helps us with speaking our truth. All right. And being able to make healthy choices and accepting the consequences that come with those choices. Yes. Like, we all got choices. We choose what we say. We choose what we do. We choose where we go. We choose what we see and what we listen to, even. We choose what we touch and how we feel. And so, whatever comes as a result, as a consequence, be it good or bad, working on this throat energy most definitely helps us to be more accepting of whatever comes with what we choose to do. All right. And we trust in the greater good. So, like Nipsey knew, and Nipsey said, if they kill me before this is finished, y'all ride. All right. So he's trusting in our ancestors before him have and continue to trust that we're going to do what's right and in the best interest of the greater good. And at the end of the day, like, love conquers. and they can continue no matter what they do. Like, they can't stop us all. So we just have to continue to pick up the baton and roll. All right. Stop having these teen conversations, these unhealthy discussions that don't get us anywhere. All right. And let's start engaging in more healthy team based discussions. All right. That are about the elevation, education, enhancement of the individual for the greater good of the collective. All right. I'm Nexus. This has been another episode of Voices Radio, where valuable opportunities inspire collaborations to elevate soul society. Oh yeah, by the way, shout out to Anita Cody, Mama Anita, Angel Green Eyes, for hooking me up with my sugar chocolate tint. All right, y'all be sure to hit up Mama Anita Cody on Facebook and Instagram, Angel Green Eyes, for your sugar chocolate. You know what I'm saying? She got the lip scrubs going up, the facial scrub, the lip tints, the lip balms, just amazing skin cream products. Yes, my mentor, I love her. And this is my signature, you know what I'm saying, color that she made just for me. Thank you. Also, again, like I said, Thursday, tune in back here, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for Divine Feminine Discussions with Plump Queen of Inspiration TTV and myself. All right. Also, 420. I hope to see you at Havana Lounge for the April edition of Lame Voices. All right. So this month and this month only is the date changed. All right. May, we go back to the fourth Saturday. All right. Until next time, I am Nexus, Goddess of Information, and I'm going to send us out the same way I brought us in. You already know what it is. From Cali to GA, we loading bases. All right, this is Nipsey Hussle. Love, respect, long life. Until we meet again. All right.
Loaded bases, that's my motivation. Nigga feeling lucky, we should go to Vegas. 2018 motor transportation. Got me feeling over anxious like a home invasion. My dome inflated and I'm more creative. Signed a couple big deals, but it's no parade. Just a couple niggas every generation. I wasn't supposed to make it out, but they code the matrix. And when they get to speak, it's like a coded language. Reminds niggas that they strengthen all the stolen greatness. We used to shoot at niggas at the mobile station. For a circle, mobile motivation. My self-educated through negotiations. Got these sharks that I'm sitting at this table with afraid to baby. No on my Mercedes, that's for inspiration. 2 kilos on my neck like the fucking 80s. West side slots and have no my demonstration. Boy, raised y'all affiliated. It's really greatness. Riding around like I really made it. Loaded bases, I'm gon' Willie Mason. Yeah.
Listen to my ambition, cause I'm on one. Swinging for the fences for the home run. Even further beyond into the universe. But I've got to make it to first. It feels like every second's being stolen. I risk it for every ticket we sold them. You got the ball, I'ma take it home. Bottom line, I'm gonna make it home.
I was sitting on my link and I start thinking, nigga ain't gonna make 100 mil off in these streets. More than likely, I'm gonna end up in somebody racing. Even worse, horse and carriage front the church, laid off in the hearse, I dealt with it. I ain't just out here for my help with it. I weigh the risk and the reward and sink the scale tipping. Let's all get on one accord and take the world, niggas. Take the money, take the power, and the girls with us. Can't buy that bullshit that they sell, niggas. They bring drug heads and jail niggas. Like all these ways they derail niggas. That's why respect me to the utmost when you see me, how I feel, nigga. Cause I ain't fail niggas. I seen it coming, did not tell niggas. Different lanes, same passion for the male niggas. Switch lanes, all black, 2 glass cellars. B12, 2 fast, nigga. Gone.
Listen to my ambition, cause I'm on one. Swinging for the fences for the home run, even further beyond into the universe. But I've got to make it to first. It feels like every second's being stolen. I risk it for every ticket we sold him. He got the ball, I'ma take it home. Bottom line, I'm gonna make it home.
You are gonna love Bobby. You know I was married. Stop. I'm in love with her. It's not so terrible. Where's that smile? V.O.I.C.E.S premieres Tuesday, April 9th on FX. Real big, real big.
Peace. Wow. Until next time on Nexus.
Real shit, real shit.